Nicaragua's ambitious waterway. A whisper of change is on the wind. Nicaragua dreams of a new path, a path carved through its heartland. This path is a colossal canal, and China stands ready to help build it. The price tag is enormous, billions of dollars. Could this reshape how goods cross the globe? Many are asking this very question. The world is watching this bold move. This is not just about digging a channel, it is about challenging the old ways. The famous Panama Canal has long reigned as a vital artery for world trade. Now, a new contender appears. Nicaragua hopes this canal will lift its fortunes. It aims to become a key player, a hub for international shipping. This is a story of hope and big plans, but it is also a story of big risks. The year is 2025. Just last year, in November 2024, details emerged. Nicaragua presented a new canal route to China. The plans for this new waterway are vast. Engineers have mapped a long journey. The canal will stretch for 445 kilometers. It will link the Atlantic Ocean with the Pacific. It aims to create a new maritime highway. Blue fields on the Atlantic coast is the start, and Puerto Corinto on the Pacific is the end. This is a truly massive undertaking. The scale itself is breathtaking. The design considers the needs of modern shipping. Today's cargo ships are giants. They need deep and wide channels. This new canal is planned accordingly. Its width will vary significantly from 290 meters in some parts to a much wider 540 meters in others. The depth is also crucial. It is planned to be 27 meters deep, allowing for very large vessels. The route is complex. It is not a simple straight line. It involves several distinct segments. An Atlantic segment of 68 kilometers, a long central part, 252 kilometers. This central section is the backbone. It will also pass through Lake Zolotlan. This lake segment is 55 kilometers. Finally, a Pacific segment of 70 kilometers. Each part presents unique challenges. This grand vision comes with a colossal price. The latest estimates are staggering. The new canal project could cost $64.5 billion. That is a huge sum for any nation, especially for a country like Nicaragua. It is a nation with economic challenges, but the government sees this as an investment, a transformative investment for the future. They project high profitability, a gamble they believe will pay off. The primary goal is economic transformation. Nicaragua hopes to lift itself from poverty. The canal is seen as the engine for this change. It could turn the nation into a regional powerhouse. The project promises a wave of new jobs. During the construction phase alone, tens of thousands could find work. This offers immediate relief for many. The long-term job creation is even greater. Hundreds of thousands of jobs are hoped for. Beyond jobs, there is the promise of growth, economic growth on an unprecedented scale. Some projections are incredibly optimistic. They suggest Nicaragua's economy could soar, perhaps growing by as much as 14% per year. This would be a remarkable turnaround. It would reshape the country's economic landscape. The dream of a canal through Nicaragua is not new. It is a dream that spans centuries. As far back as the 19th century, visionaries saw Nicaragua's potential. Its lakes and rivers seemed to offer a natural path, a path between two great oceans. Many attempts were made over the years. Great powers and ambitious individuals tried, but all these earlier efforts failed. The challenges were always too great. One historical concern often tipped the scales: volcanoes. Nicaragua is a land of volcanoes. Some are active and considered a risk. This volcanic activity played a role in history. It influenced the United States' decision. They chose Panama for their canal project. Panama was seen as geologically more stable. Thus, the Panama Canal was born, and Nicaragua's canal dream remained just that, a persistent yet unfulfilled ambition. More recently, the dream flickered to life again. Around 2013, a major project was announced. A Chinese billionaire, Wang Jing, was the face of it. His company, HKND Group, took the lead. The estimated cost then was over $50 billion. Groundbreaking was even scheduled. It was planned for late 2014. The canal was expected to be ready by 2019. Grand projects always cast long shadows. The original Nicaraguan canal plan was no different. It sparked significant environmental concerns. A major worry was Lake Nicaragua. It is Central America's largest freshwater lake, a vital source of water for the country. The fear was that dredging and ship traffic could lead to pollution and oil spills. This could devastate the lake's ecosystem. A precious natural resource was at risk. Social impacts were also a deep concern. The proposed route cut through communities. Many people, including indigenous groups, faced displacement. Their lives and livelihoods were threatened. There was a lack of clarity. Compensation plans were not well defined. This led to anger and frustration. Violent protests erupted in some areas, people felt their voices were not being heard, the project seemed to be moving too fast. The new canal route, announced in 2024, aims to learn. It seeks to address past criticisms. Planners say it will avoid some earlier pitfalls. There is a stated commitment this time to ensure environmental and social viability. The new route is designed differently. It aims not to disrespect protected areas. For over a century, one name dominated Isthmian transit: the Panama Canal. It is a linchpin of global maritime trade, connecting 180 maritime routes and linking with nearly 2,000 ports worldwide. Its importance cannot be overstated. However, it is facing its own challenges. Climate issues have recently reduced transits. Water shortages have impacted its capacity, though projections for 2025 show improvement. Now, Nicaragua presents a direct competitor. The new Nicaraguan canal aims big. It is designed for the largest ships, even those too big for the current Panama Canal. This includes extra-large bulk cargo carriers. The planned depth of 27 meters in Nicaragua is significantly more than Panama's. This could give it a distinct advantage for certain types of global shipping, if it can overcome the commercial viability questions. Skeptics of the original Nicaraguan project questioned if it was truly needed. They doubted its profitability, especially given the types of ships it targeted. These supersized vessels were not common. Global trade expert Jean-Paul Rodrigue was one doubter. He questioned the commercial feasibility. The new project will face similar scrutiny. A project of this magnitude is never just about trade. It carries significant geopolitical weight. A canal in Nicaragua managed with Chinese involvement would be a major development. It would place a significant Chinese interest right in the heart of Central America, a region historically under strong U.S. influence. This has not gone unnoticed in Washington or in other world capitals. The strategic implications are being carefully weighed. The original project sparked much speculation. Its planned depth, much greater than Panama's, led some to wonder about military uses. Could it allow Chinese submarines to pass, perhaps even covertly between oceans? Such capabilities would alter the strategic balance. While these were unconfirmed theories, they highlighted the underlying geopolitical tensions. A Chinese foothold of this nature would be a powerful symbol and a practical asset. Nicaragua's own diplomatic posture has shifted. At the time of Wang Jing's initial project, Nicaragua did not have formal ties with Beijing. It recognized Taiwan instead. This made many major Chinese state companies wary. They were hesitant to get involved. However, that situation has changed. In December 2021, Nicaragua switched allegiance. If this Nicaraguan canal becomes a reality, it could send ripples across the world's oceans. Global maritime trade routes could shift. The way goods move from Asia to the Americas and to Europe could be redrawn. Shippers are always looking for efficiency. They want to save time and money. A new modern canal could offer that, especially for the largest classes of vessels. It promises to enhance transportation. The core objective for Nicaragua is clear: to boost international maritime efficiency, to reduce travel times for ships, and to lower the costs of shipping goods. This could benefit consumers worldwide. Lower transport costs can mean lower prices. It could also open new trade opportunities for countries in the region and beyond, making it easier to access global markets. The economic benefits could be widespread. However, the impact depends on many factors: the actual tolls charged by the canal, the reliability of its operations, the speed of transit it offers. These will all be compared to the Panama Canal, and also to other routes, like the Suez Canal or even shipping around the Capes. The shipping industry is complex. Decisions are based on careful calculations. As 2025 unfolds, the Nicaraguan Canal is a story of big dreams. It is a story filled with immense hope. The hope of a nation for a brighter future, the hope for economic prosperity, and for a new standing on the world stage. China's involvement adds another layer: the ambition of a global power seeking to expand its influence and connections. The potential benefits are talked about widely, but the path ahead is far from smooth. Many hurdles must still be overcome. Financing a $64.5 billion project is a monumental task. The original 2013 project stumbled here. Skepticism about funding sources will persist. Transparency will be absolutely critical. The lack of public feasibility studies harmed the credibility of the previous attempt. This time, openness is not just desirable, it is essential for building trust, both domestically and internationally. Environmental and social safeguards are paramount. The world is more aware than ever of the impact of mega projects on nature and on the lives of ordinary people. The promises to protect Lake Nicaragua and to respect communities must be honored. As the Nicaraguan Canal project progresses, the environmental stakes grow ever higher. Gap 1S. Lake Nicaragua, one of the largest freshwater lakes in Central America, stands at the heart of this debate. Gap 1S. The canal's construction could disrupt delicate ecosystems and threaten the biodiversity that thrives within and around the lake. Gap 1S. The project promises to implement measures to protect these natural habitats, but will these promises be enough? Gap 1S. The world watches closely, aware of the fragile balance between development and conservation. Gap 2S. Communities living near the proposed canal route have voiced their concerns. Gap 1S. They fear displacement, loss of livelihoods, and the irreversible changes to their environment. Gap 2S. The canal's backers assure that sustainable practices will be followed, yet skepticism remains high. Gap 1S. In a time when climate change and environmental degradation are urgent global issues, the stakes could not be higher. Gap 1S. The canal project is not just an engineering feat, it is a test of our collective commitment to safeguarding our planet. Gap 2S. As the world watches, the question remains, can progress and preservation go hand in hand? Gap 1S. The answer will shape not just Nicaragua's future, but the future of global development itself. As debates rage over the environmental impact of the Nicaraguan Canal, another narrative unfolds: the potential economic benefits for local communities. Advocates argue that the canal could be a lifeline for Nicaragua, one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere. The project promises to create thousands of jobs, from construction to long-term port and canal operations. Local businesses could flourish with increased trade and tourism, injecting much-needed capital into the economy. Improved infrastructure such as roads and bridges would not only serve the canal, but also enhance daily life for Nicaraguans. Education and training programs could empower a new generation of skilled workers, fostering a more resilient workforce. However, the benefits are not guaranteed. Effective and transparent governance will be crucial to ensure that these economic opportunities reach the local population and do not disproportionately benefit foreign investors. The stakes are high, but so are the possibilities. If managed correctly, the Nicaraguan Canal could be a transformative force for good, lifting communities out of poverty and setting the stage for sustainable development. It is a vision of progress that hinges on careful planning and a commitment to equity. As the world watches, the question remains, can Nicaragua seize this opportunity to build a brighter future for its people? The outcome will be a defining chapter in the nation's history, and a model for economic development worldwide. As the Nicaraguan Canal project moves forward, the world watches with a mix of anticipation and skepticism. The future prospects are tantalizing: a new era of global trade, economic upliftment for Nicaragua, and strategic gains for China. But the challenges are equally formidable. Environmental concerns remain at the forefront, with the potential for irreversible damage to delicate ecosystems. The social fabric of communities along the canal's path could be altered forever, for better or worse. Financially, the project is a colossal gamble. The initial investment is staggering, and the returns are uncertain. Will the canal attract enough traffic to justify the expenditure, or will it become a white elephant, a monument to overambition? Geopolitically, the canal could shift the balance of power in the Americas, raising tensions and creating new alliances. The world will be watching closely to see how Nicaragua navigates these turbulent waters. In the end, the canal's success or failure will depend on a complex interplay of factors: environmental stewardship, economic viability, social equity, and geopolitical strategy. The stakes are high, but so are the possibilities. As Nicaragua stands at this crossroads, one thing is clear: the journey ahead will be as challenging as it is transformative.